Welcome to Wibble, the show that pushes the retro music baby into the doctor's hands of your ears. I hope you're all well and have been putting in some retro gaming time since the last episode, and if not, why not? I'm anxiously waiting the delivery of a brand new PC Engine release. It's called Insanity, and it's been developed by a fine fellow called Arcan under the name of Etherbyte Studios. It's a clone of the arcade game Berserk, and it should be a lot of fun. There's a link up on my site if you want further details. But on to the music. Leading the charge this time was the first level music from the superb PC Engine shoot-'em-up Kyukyoku Tiger, or Ultimate Tiger for translation fans. Next up is a little something from the Amstrad CPC. It's a tune that I first heard and loved on a cover tape from an ancient gaming magazine called Ace. It's Ghouls and Ghosts. Before I get to the featured game, it's time for Joke of the Week. Okay, here goes. When is a tractor not a tractor? And you'll have to wait till the end of the show for the punchline. Featured game time. Not a hard choice, this one, as it's my favourite arcade game of all time, Space Harrier. So it was a no-brainer to choose this, but much harder to decide which format to feature. I love it in the arcade and had a lot of fun with it on the PC Engine, but in the end, the version of the game that first opened my eyes to its almighty goodness was the Master System. And I have to say that I love the way that the sound chip treats the music. It just seems to work perfectly. And you can get both arcade and Master System versions of the game on the Wii Virtual Console, so what are you waiting for? I watched Aliens again the other day. It's still a totally awesome movie and made me remember the old Aliens arcade machine by Konami that I used to play. It was one of those games that I put maybe 1 or 2 credits in at a time, but for some reason I never tried to get too far. Interestingly, there were quite a few differences between the Japanese and Western versions. The Japanese version is a bit easier and has generally better colours on the alien sprites, but strangely they completely removed the appearance of Newt and all of the driving sequences that were a lot of fun. But both have some pretty neat music, and I remember holding a tape recorder in a plastic bag up to the speakers to record it. Yes, I was that sad that I'd record arcade music wherever I went. Thankfully, the version I'm going to play here is a little clearer than my old recordings. Breakout clones were kind of fun, but most of them were the same thing over and over again. Traz on the Commodore 64 tried something a little different. With 1 or 2 players simultaneous, you had to control bats not only at the bottom of the screen, but also the sides and top. It also had a construction kit, which makes it double neat, and some jolly music.
あのスペースハリアーが2メガでついに新登場。テレビゲーム初の 3D 感覚、超迫力ソフト。迫り来るドラゴンをツーフィンガー連射で倒せ。スペースハリアー。セガー。
Traz, followed by another bit of Space Harrier there. The next game is one that I remember a friend buying just because of the music. If I remember right, we heard it first on an old W.H. Smith Computer Games promo video that they used to play in store. I still have one knocking around somewhere, I'll have to dig it up. It's Grand Monster Slam on the Amiga. Moderately amusing diversion rather than a mega hit, but kind of funny with it as you booted helpless furry animals from one side of the pitch to the other. Returning to Space Harrier now, this tune isn't actually from the game. Not from the arcade version at least. It was a Master System original and played when the story scrolled up screen, accompanied by some really cute sprites of the Harrier and monsters running around. It's a really fitting composition and deserves a bit of attention. It's the end of show time again, folks. And to finish is a piece of music that was used in an advert for a washing machine. Yup, it's the title tune from Robocop on the Spectrum. Before that though, I'd better finish off the joke of the week. You ready for it? Okay. When it turns into a field. If you want to contact the show to complain about that joke, suggest a better one, or just tell me what you had for tea, you can email me at podcast@pcengine.co.uk or visit the show site pcengine.co.uk/podcast. There you'll find more information and a link to the Etherbyte website. Toodle pip!